Hello students, I extend you all a very warm welcome to the 12th video lecturing session on financial markets and services. This subject is for the final year BBA students of Bangalore North University and Bangalore University as well. Moving further, we have the title of the class Financial Markets. The subtitle of the class, that is the topic for the discussion of this session, is NSE, its origin and its functions. Moving further, we have a quick recap of previous class. In our previous class, we had discussed about OTCEI, that is over the counter exchange of India, which is a platform for the online trading of the instruments of small and medium size companies. Its origin and functions we had discussed. If you want to know it, you can go back to the video, review the content. Moving further, learning objectives of the chapter. So we have already read it out up to 12 sessions. So up to this session, the learning objective will be same for all the session. So the session outcome, the students will be able to explain the origin and functions of the NSE. So you should be in a position to reproduce the answer for the origin and functions of the NSE by the end of this particular session. Next, we have history of National Stock Exchange of India, that is NSE. So the National Stock Exchange was set up in Mumbai in November 1992 with a paid up equity capital of rupees 25 crores. So it was established in Mumbai in the year 1992 and it had an equity capital of rupees 25 crores. It was promoted by IDBI, that is Industrial Development Bank of India, ICICI, that is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India, GIC, that is General Insurance Company, and its subsidiaries. So these entities had some subsidiaries. So along with these, SBI, that is State Bank of India, and SBI Capital Markets Limited were the promoters of this NSE. The NSE commenced its operations in wholesale debt market, that is for the debt instruments, in June 1994. Even though it established in the November 1992, transactions of debt instruments was started in 1994 and the equity trading in November 1994. So the debt instruments were permitted even before the equity trading. Next, functions of NSE. The functions are classified into two categories. One is core functions and others are contemporary functions. So we move ahead. The NSE was set up with an express objective to fulfill the following functions. So these are the express objective. The main core objectives. First function, establishing a nationwide trading facility for equities, debt and other hybrid instruments. This is the primary function of the NSE, that is establishing a nationwide facility for what? For the trading of equities, debts and other hybrid instruments. Hybrid instruments are equities are preference shares which are tied with warrants. We call them as hybrid instruments. Next function, ensuring equal access to investors across the nation through an appropriate communication network. So this is an equality function that NSE performs. There is no limit on, or there is no priority to any particular person in the country. Anybody of the Indian citizen, in certain cases even foreigners also, are permitted to trade in NSE platform without any discrepancies. So this is the second function of National Stock Exchange. Next we have is providing a fair, efficient and transparent securities market to investors using electronic trading system. So So with the emergence of electronic trading system using internet, the transactions have become so transparent and there is no scope for the hide and seek activities. Moving further, the fourth function we have enabling shorter settlement cycles. As we have discussed, the settlement system in NSE is usually T plus 2, that is trading date and the buffer 2 days. Within that time, that is in 3 business days, the settlement will be done. Settlement in the sense transferring of the securities purchased to the investor's account and transferring of the money uh, that is supposed to be given to the trader, that is the seller of the investment instruments. So this is a settlement system. So cutting down the transaction cycle is the function of NSE. Next function we have meeting the current international standards of securities market. That is, for everything and for every industry, there are certain benchmarks in the national level and in the international level as well. So most of the time, sectors try to set their qualities and standards at the international level. So if we look into the banking sector aims to set its quality, uh, which is that Basel. There is something called Basel 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 meetings, Tier 4 meetings. So that is the standards that lays for the capital levels of the banks. So that is the international level. And when it comes to the automobiles, we have BS stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we are in the BS stage 6. So this is the international quality standard that the automobile industry has to follow. In a similar manner, so NSE also has to follow the international, and NSE also has to cater to the international standard levels in the security trading system. So that is also one of the functions of NSE. And further, we have other functions. So, based on its contemporary roles, SEBI also performs the following functions directly or indirectly. ತನ್ನ ಮೂಲ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳನ್ನು ಅದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ raising capital for the business. NSE provides a platform to the companies to get registered and trade their financial securities and raise capital. Simple. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಂಪನಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅವು ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂನ ಮಾಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ NSE ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ಲು ಕಂಪನಿಗಳ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರತ್ತೆ, ಕೈಯಿಂದ ಕೈಗೆ ಮಾರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೊಬೈಲೈಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಚಾನಲೈಸ್ their savings into various revenue and wealth growth avenues. It can be individual investors or institutional investors. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಆರ್ಗನೈಜೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಜೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ನ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್. ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ NSE is a part of secondary market and it provides an opportunity to invest in the securities. And the third function we have is facilitating company growth. How does it facilitate the growth of the company? So capital and finance infusion is like oxygen to the companies, the main blood to the companies. Once such crucial facility is given, companies grow with their efforts and business operations. So this is how NSE support in the growth of the companies. Fourth point we have is barometer of economy. It acts as a gauging tool. How? Share price indexes of NSE act as a gauging tool for the economy and industry's prosperity. ಅಂತಂತಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯ ಶೇರ್ಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೆಲೆಗೆ ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಪೆರಿಟಿನ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯ ಎಕನಾಮಿನ ಕೂಡ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಶೇರ್ಸು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ NSE ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಬಾರೋಮೀಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕಾನಮಿ. Next, we have arrived at quiz time. The first question is, when did NSE establish? The options we have 1990 November, 1991 November, 1992 November, 1989 November. The right option is, it is 1992 November. The next question, when did NSE start its operation in equity trading? ಸೊ ಆಗಲೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಎನ್ ಎಸ್ ಸಿಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟು ಟ್ರೇಡ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಡೆಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸು, ಅದಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಈಕ್ವಿಟೀಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1994, ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1993, ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1995, ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 1994. ದ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1994. But the debt instruments were traded in somewhere June 1994 itself. I'm not sure, but it is prior to the 1994 November. So next question we have, when did NSE started its operations in wholesale debt market? The options, June 1994, November 1993, November 1995, December 1994. The right option is June 1994. Yeah, this is what I was trying to answer in the previous question. That is, the debt instruments, wholesale debt instruments were started to trade in NSE even before the equity instruments. So equities were started in November 1994 and the debt instruments were started to trade in June 1994. Fourth question, which of the following is not the promoters of NSE? Options, we have bit more options. It is IDBI, ICICI, LIC, GIC and its subsidiaries, SBI and SBI. So it was supposed to be SBI and SBI Capital Limited. It is missing there. And the sixth option we have is Axis Bank. The right answer, that is the one which is not the promoters of NSE, is Axis Bank. Rest of the members were the promoters of NSE. The final question we have is, does the identity of trading members in NSE kept secret? ಅಂತಂದರೆ NSE ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ನ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಮತ್ತು ಕೊಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳೋರ ವಿವರನ ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರಿಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಾ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು. The right option is, the answer was supposed to be no, but it is shown yes here. There is no scope for the exchange of the information, who purchases and who sell. No, the right answer is right only. I have taken in a wrong manner. Does the identity of the trading members in NSE kept secret? In the sense, yes, it is kept secret. The information will not be shared to the corresponding members. So it is right answer only. And next, this is the sources of inputs which I have referred. You can also refer these sources. Thank you, and we will meet in the next session.